Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new Titan Hunt. Today we are playing on the Barbarian. It was requested. We're going to be playing on his third weapon with a Thunderclap, and we're going to be starting with a slam slash thrust upgrade, or the skills. That's what we're looking for. So runes, we got reroll mastery, unconventional start, and weapon expert, because we just want to have thunderclap. We don't actually want to use thundering slash. We don't want to go the dazed route again. We're not playing swing either. Then we've got synergetic, multicast mastery, divine legacy, and sure-footed. Let's get straight into it, onto the sigil of the void, and go from there, see what's happening. We get ourselves the resonance slam, which is actually perfect because that's brutal, and that's one of the things that we're going to be focusing on, is the brutal trait. So we have to beat a brokeneth player, which is myself first, so we're just going to reroll. Fight brokeneth first because he has an upgrade to the brutal trait, just like we had yesterday with the what was it that we used? Devastation. This time we've got the brutal traits being increased, or further upgraded. But as you can see, these slam skills already do so much damage compared to some of the other skills that we've used in the beginning. And also our level up, or our ascension, is just really strong for our character. Also, both of these three starters are boss fights, which is wacky, if I don't say so myself. But we're going to try actually even getting area of effect might not be a good thing, because we want to be as close to the enemies as possible. And we're also going to be running thrust, so getting those are going to be good. These are area skills, or this one is, so getting something like spear trap is also going to be really good. But this one might be a super slow build in the beginning. But once we get certain upgrades and things like that, we should see some really good things happening. And then I'm hoping Exposed is going to help carry us a little bit from there. So we'll get Exposed and Form from our thrust skills, and we will also, we could also go Bleed. That is an area. For now, we'll stay off of it. There is a slam skill that we are looking for as well, which we're going to be using. But until then, there we go. It is. There it is. And then that's going to run off of resilience, which we're going to get from our other slam skills as well. So just need seismic slam, and then we can go for a thrust from our on guard, which will give us bulwark as well. Alright, fantastic. We were able to defeat them with relative ease, which is really good. Skill chain is perfect. And now we just need those other skills that we were talking about. We can use Armor Shatterer. I mean, it wasn't planned just yet. So right now it's not necessarily necessary. We are looking for other ones. There's On Guard and there's Seismic Shock. So those are going to work pretty well for us. We can skip that for now. If I feel like our damage isn't enough, then we will probably land up changing it to something different. Okay, Form to Haste, Prowess to Resilience. That's perfect, because the more armor we have, the more damage we're going to do as well. So that actually works out pretty well for us. Okay, we're in a very bad corner here with these bosses. So we actually gonna, I was gonna say we're gonna move away, but we can't even do that. Something's happening over there at least. Also, stat-wise, we already got 200%, what's the word? 200% critical strike chance, so we don't even need to worry about that too much. We get resilience to form, so that's even more critical strike chance. We managed to defeat them. We're just standing here so that we can stay away from the laser while it's active. And then he starts using his missile barrage, which is fine. And there we go. Pretty rough start for the build, but once we start getting the upgrades that we are looking for, things will be a lot easier. This is a terrible start for us, actually. I don't even know what skill to land. Oh, we need the damage on body slam. I'm like, I don't even know what skill I'm using anymore for damage, but it's body slam. We don't need the thrust to electric. I'm actually probably going to get rid of that, and then also get rid of the thrust to or slam to electric. because we, maybe we can just keep it for now. We'll go there. There's another multicast. Beautiful. And then again, we just got to do as much damage as humanly possible with the brutal damage. You can see the damage is already starting to pick up quite well for us. So that's pretty good. There's one boss down already, 2 bosses down already. Body Slam is going to start doing more and more damage because our armor power is going to go up because we get a lot going. And then we get a nice little golem in the very beginning. That's pretty good for us. I don't think we need anything. Like, there's nothing out there that screams do this for this build. It's mostly there's like, we were going to try and do like some special thing that each character had. We can block that, go cast frequency, some laugh, cast frequencies are all good, and movement speed. So every single one of the bosses has their own like little unique things. So that, like, this one has brutal. We've got the sandstorm from Misahet. And I really wanted to try that one as well, but we don't have any Colossus on the build, so we can't really do it. And you need a form of Colossal. But there is something to do with Thrust as well, which we'll end up using from one of the characters. I think it's, I don't even know which character it is actually. It might be Brokeneth. Otherwise, we're probably looking at Aranak or Misahet. I don't know, one of them. I think it might be Misahet. Alright, Electrified also does quite a lot of damage, so don't sleep on that. We do get it from the Thunderclap. Like, there we go, it just popped off. And it will do quite a lot of area of effect damage as well, helping us with that. We only need 1, so we might as well just go and do this one over here. It would be cool if they like carried over, if you landed up doing one that was a little bit more. That would be quite interesting. We don't need that, and we can grab that over the magnetic. We did pick up quite a few of them already there. Okay, if we can defeat that already, thank you so very much. And Electrified would do really well against these. What we're not getting is a lot of Body Slam upgrades actually, so we need to find those. Because Body Slam is going to be the bread and butter here. So we need the damage upgrades to it. I guess we can increase that as well. See, that's the thing. We don't want Slam to Electric and we don't want the thing to Electric either. So we'll just get rid of them. We can just lower the cooldowns enough to make it look like it's doing enough damage. Okay, we gain form there, double exposed as well, so we don't need exposed on hit. We can get the shattered on hit as well. It might be really good to fight Brokeneth twice in a row, just because the boss fight itself will be a little bit easier in the very beginning. There we go. Alright, so, ooh, oh wait, okay, yeah, okay. We have to just keep doing Brokeneth because we get Purifying Sands for healing. We get Prowess being double quantity as well. Those aren't even what we were looking for. We were looking for the damage bonus of the Brutal trait is plus 400% potency. So instead of being 50%, you add 400 to that or times it by 4. And you land up with 200% or, yeah, 200%. But I think it's 250% because it's plus 400, not times 400. So it's 250% additional damage to depending how close we are to the target. So that's the point of that. We're going to go in here, we're going to grab Brokeneth again and get the healing, because that's going to come in super handy. I completely forgot about the resilience to purity, so that's even better. And we did have like Earth Shield and things like that on the build as well that you get the healing from. But now that we've got that additional little upgrade over there, that's going to be superb. Did take a little bit longer than it usually does, but that's okay. Not really too much of an issue. The rest of it should start coming in handy quite nicely now. Also, when you do it right in the beginning and you've got a decent amount of magnetic like we do, you can see you get yourself a decent amount of levels as well. So we're going to go Laugh. Multicast is beautiful. Armor power is necessary. Finally, we see a damage upgrade for Body Slam. Cast frequencies. Armor. I'm going to go damage over here over the form to haste, cast frequency, HP, multicast on those, and a multicast over here. Area of effect's good. Some movement speed's great. Slam to thrust is good. Increase the amount of rage consumed. We'll actually take one of those. That can come in handy. This time we'll take one form. Not area of effect. There we go. Could have taken the armor there as well. Damage increase, area of effect, multicast, cast frequency. Cast frequency will usually be over everything else. And then we get the damage for these things. So there we got a damage. There we get another damage, which is great. Resilience to form. Critical strike chance, which is fantastic because we need more crit. Prowess to resilience is also good with more critical strike chance in the lock as well. So pretty decent upgrades we get over there. Again, we do want another Brokeneth player. Not something you can do without the upgrade to getting that loot goblin. So kind of a really good sign that we got that. But now we're going to just chill in the middle over here, see what happens. Not as powerful as some of the builds, but you know, sometimes it's really fun to see these unique builds occurring. Or at least I think it's really cool to try different things. This isn't something I would usually have tried to play around. But since we had the brutal trait, I was like, hang on, let's give it a shot and see what happens with it. Okay, I'm actually going to skip that. I know I locked it earlier, but that double multicast to lock over there was beautiful. And remember, we are getting block and we are getting other juicy stats from our on guard. So getting a lot of cast frequency and multicast on there is going to be really good as well, especially since it does run exposed. And exposed is going to be very, very potent in this run because of the way that the damage is going to be working. Alright, so we finally get some good luck over there with the +4 run. We get a 2 over here, so let's just run that one quickly. Definitely doing a lot more damage. And I don't know if you've noticed, but majority of the time when I am playing, I am standing on top of the enemies anyway. Unless I'm playing like a ranged character. But even then, I try and stay really close to them because it does make it easier for your character to target them. The only time you run away from them is like literally when they are all AoEs and nothing else. But there you go, one boss pretty much down. Fantastic. That was pretty good timing on my behalf actually. Remember, we do have a good resilience, we do have good block chance as well. So with this character you're also really, you know, quite tanky, which is nice. Alright, how much more? We just need one more. There's a 1 down here in the corner. Let's see what we get. We get the critical strike chance on these. Yeah, we'll take that. Critical strike damage, damage on body slam, area of effect on body slam, area, multicast chance, some more area. The thing is, do we really want area though? Like, we needed the brutal trait, and the more area we have, the less damage we're going to do to those outside of the area. But I definitely want to get the resilience to purity now, because as you can see, we are taking damage. And who doesn't want free healing? So there we go. Grab all of that juicy XP again. I also need more movement speed, but for some reason we're not really getting that much. And then as I'm saying that, we get movement speed. It would be nice if I could take this same boss fight over and over and over again. Like, maybe if we were allowed to like solo stack a single boss, that would be quite cool for build variety. Gonna have to speak to the devs and see if we can organize something over there. Okay, damage is happening, so that's a good thing. That's what we like to see. Fantastic. Like, I don't feel scared when I play as the Barbarian, like face tanking the boss. because of the block and all of that. So it really comes into handy. All right, 45% chance to gain purity stacks. So that's really, really good. That's going to help us with even more survivability. Because if you don't know, purity is what you use to get a lot stronger. But as you can see now, we can reroll till we blue in the face. And we aren't going to be able to find what we're looking for. I just can't remember. Aranak didn't... That was Colossal that I wanted to try. I think it was Aranak that had something for us. So we're going to try here. Anyway, even if he doesn't, it's fine. We'll just grab whatever. And then we'll move over to another Brokeneth because Brokeneth has everything for us. We will call this the Brokeneth Barbarian build. We'll call it Brokeneth Player Barbarian build. I'm sure anyone who knows English will salivate over the alliteration that I've just used in that the YouTube title. Unfortunately, YouTube won't like that title, so it's not actually going to happen. But it will be something to that effect, you know, at least you'll understand. But no, deep down in my heart, I really wanted the title to be Brokeneth Player Barbarian build. So just so we know, that was on the table, but due to algorithm reasons it cannot be the title. Alright, we're just going to grab damage on the seismic shock. It does do a whack ton of damage, so grabbing some damage on it when we're waiting. Actually, we got rerolls. What am I doing? Ooh, I should have got rid of that. See, ladies and gentlemen, I forget that rerolls exist, even though every single time I take reroll mastery. But that's not the important part. The important part is that I actually use it, which I don't. Don't be like Broken. Remember that you have rerolls. I think last round we did really well in remembering, but this round again, I'm struggling. I get so captivated. Oh man, look at the... I think we multicasted the Thunderclap there quite a lot. Doesn't do a lot of damage though, which is quite sad, but whatever. There is only normal fights here. That's really sad. Okay, we're gonna grab the multicast there. Take that, take that. Armor. The more armor, the better. 1.2 seconds. I'm gonna take both. Body slam damage. Alright, so how's our purity? Actually, the purity seems to be going up really quickly, so that's good. Let's see, can we stand still? No, we can't. I would need another one. If we go get another one of them, then we'll get more purity, and then we'll have, I guess, more healing. And then we'll be able to, like, face tank stuff even more. So that's one thing you can do. Obviously, the more healing you have, the better it's going to be for you. This is a 2... 3, 4, 5. We still need one more. If we can have another 2, that would be great somewhere along the line. Game. Ah, even better. It gave us a 3. Now, what's really cool about this game mode is everything rushes to your face. So brutal is actually pretty decent. Look, brutal as a trait isn't that great, and the skills that have it aren't amazing. They're not like fantastic skills compared to some other ones, but it's still really fun to try it out, see where it goes and what happens with it. You know, it's always fun to play different and lovely things. Get that. Armor. I mean, now we can just stack armor out of that. That's going to increase this significantly. The more damage this does, the more damage we deal over, you know, just generally. Also, we got to do the prowess for Brokeneth as well. Generally, stacking things does more damage though. So we might be stacking the brutal instead. Although, to be fair, that's just like a cause and effect. We're not really doing damage with the brutal skills, so it might be better to stick with doing more damage with the prowess over time and getting the healing over everything else. But let's see what we can get here. I don't remember if there is anything. Taking a little bit longer than what we would have liked usually. But that's alright. It is finally defeated. Get more damage, more life. And let's see, we can get... Oh yes, that's what it was. We wanted spider sensors. So it increases your multicast chance every time you hit an enemy with a skill type or thrust. And it resets upon taking damage. So we can get a maximum bonus of 64%. That was the reason I was looking for Aronak. I just really couldn't remember it, but now I remember. So we're going to get extra multicast. It's probably going to help more with the clearing than it's going to help with overall damage, because when we're clearing, we'll take less damage like here. But when we are doing other skills and other stuff like the boss fights, we're definitely going to land up taking damage. But at least with this stuff, we don't necessarily take any damage, and that means that we will get the bonus to multicast chance, which is cool, because that actually helps us quite a lot. I don't know where I'm going. We're probably going to land up taking damage here somewhere along the lines. We do have block though, so maybe we won't. We might have to swap out to resilience now. I mean, I really want to play... That gives prowess. These all... I mean, that doesn't... It's difficult. I need shattered, unfortunately. We're going to have to swap out the two. But which one do we swap out? That's the question. Thunderclap's doing more damage. Okay. Seismic shock is doing the least amount. I know we probably did damage somewhere along the lines, but we need the shattered on the enemies now. The only thing with seismic shock is it had quite a lot of cooldown reduction on it, so it did help with that, but shattered is going to be a lot more powerful in the long run, so we'll see what happens. We do need more cast frequency, more multicast on that. I mean, stat-wise, it's still got pretty good multicast chance, still got pretty good damage, upgrades, critical strike chance, you know, the whole wazoo over there. We just need more cast frequency on the skill now. Okay, let's make our way down to here. Fantastic. There is a 4 over here, probably a boss fight. It's not. Oh my. Damage increase, more area of effect. Increase the amount of rage we get when we hit 30%. That passive I've never understood. Maybe some of these passives for ascensions just sometimes need to be revisited, because they don't really fit into the meta necessarily. Not even that they don't fit into the meta, they just don't fit. Like, who's going to be sitting at 30% HP ever? Oh, okay. So there is a time when you would do that, but it's for speed running. You're not going to be taking that passive. The only time you sit at low HP is to speed run. And when you're speed running, you want to be fast. So you're not going to waste your passive points on the ascension buff. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I could be completely wrong about the whole thing, though. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Okay, we're going to get more prowess to resilience. I could have gone for the damage upgrade. I should have. Didn't actually see it. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some weird and wonderful build we're trying to get going over here. This is not looking good. Okay, something's happening. It's okay if we take a little bit of damage. We don't want to sit in an AoE though. So this is what happens when you don't have a proper skill that's going to deal... I mean, at least we get a face tank him, right? To some extent. And we've got the healing as well. So even if we take that little bit of damage, we just heal back up again. Don't have to move. This is actually working pretty well for us. We do take like 2 minutes solid to defeat the boss, which is a bit of an issue. But at least we can face tank. Alright, there we go. Face tanking the boss. And now we increase critical damage against nearby enemies. I mean, that works with brutal. And we don't have aptitude. So that could help us with damage. Every time you apply prowess, you have a chance of multiplying the quantity of stacks by 2. We could grab the shattered as well, and then we don't need armor shatterer. Or we could just apply more. Let's just go and apply more shattered right now. And then last boss, I guess we can go... What did we get from Aranak again? Your thrust. What else can we get from Aranak? Misa head gives armor, so that would be a good one. But that's going to be a trash fight. Let's just go and fight the Brood Mother again. I mean, with the fact of how long it took us to just do our fight with Brokeneth, it's going to be quite a hectic fight to do anything else as well. So I'm quite happy to take the easy road out of this. Okay, if we don't have to, we don't take a lot of damage. So dodge when we can. There are some things you don't want to be hit by, like a laser beam. Ow. Very difficult to stay close to them when they put so many negative effects on the floor. But we just need to get rid of 1 or 2 of them, and then all of that will disappear. We might be losing a life over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, 1's down, 2's down. We're in trouble. Okay, all the negative effects. Yay, they're gone. 3's gone. And 4. Okay, fantastic. That took way too long. Alright, we need to look at... We've got shattered on all skills now. We need to find something that's going to... That's not slam. Maybe, I don't think this going back to this is going to help. I mean, the damage it dealt wasn't a lot. Yeah, Armor Shatter has already done so much more damage than that does. Is there a skill we can use? Slam, it's got piercing. Prowess. Oh, do you know what? We could go for another thrust skill. Wait. Where is it? We could take Flurry. That's bleed though, we don't need that. Where is it? Where's Quick Strike? Do you know what? Let's try that. And then we can go damage. We can go multicast there. Damage. Grab increased rage. Multicast. Just grab damage on anything right now. We don't need more area of effect. Cast frequency, we don't have many rerolls either, so we just got to go with the flow over there. That could be quite helpful, having dazed on everything. We've already got the cooldown at such a decent number as well. We are fast. We are indeed very quick. I did lower like our crit chance and that on some of the skills, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter that much. Yo, things are hurting. This is going to be a tough boss fight, I'm not going to lie. But as long as we get our ascension, which we will, probably, hopefully, we should be in a good spot. This is just to show you that some of them you can't do any build, certain characters. I should have maybe gone for another brutal upgrade, I don't know. We just don't have enough armor. Not nearly enough armor. Okay, his HP is slowly being whittled down. At least we're quite tanky though, so we don't have to really worry about much. But there are other ways of getting tankier, and that's just using swing and slam. And then at least with swing, there are the skills that do a lot more damage. Like Subdue just got a buff. We've got Titan's Cleave, which deals whack tons of damage. There are other ways to get more damage. And you have Scent of Blood with swing as well. So, I don't know. Could have been a little bit better. We'll go do this one. Critical strike chance. I don't know why I took the movement speed, but it's whatever. Go and grab the multicast on guard. And now we just need to feed these little trees that are sitting on top of us. Trying to make mince Barbarian. But if we lose on this one, ladies and gentlemen, that's my own fault for not being clear on what my objectives were. But I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We definitely have a lot of critical strike chance. Maybe I should have taken the critical damage to closer enemies instead of taking the shattered. I just feel like shattered is needed. And we are applying quite a lot of shattered stacks. Can we... No, we can't. We do take quite a bit of damage. I mean, it's going to be the same as Broken Player. We just got to move around in circles a little bit. Eventually, the spider will die. Preferably before us. Maybe adding bleed is necessary. I don't have rerolls for it though. Increase our damage. We'll add Flurry into the mix and see if that helps with damage, because bleed can be quite potent. I just don't have any rerolls to do it, so if it doesn't show up, it won't be the next 2 levels anyway. I think new skills every 3 levels. Quite funny, even if we're standing in these spider webs, we don't actually get slowed because of our ascension and just how much movement speed we have. So it really doesn't feel like we are being slowed down that much. Okay, more haste, more damage. There is a double slash, but no, it's not working. We could grab Brittle. Do you know what, that could be the way to finish this. I need something to do something here. Maybe Brittle's gonna help us. We do have Exposed on the enemy. We got Brittle now on the enemy. I don't know if we're gonna see much more of a difference. There aren't that many upgrades that we've got to the Brittle, so it's not like we're applying a whack ton. I'm just trying to find some way to get more damage out of there. A lot of you are probably going to be like, but pure Dazed is so strong. Why didn't we swap out one of the other skills? But the thing is, those other skills are all doing something positive for us, so can't even swap them out. Brittle seems to be doing a decent job as well, slowly whittling down the boss, but this is a really long fight. What I would suggest is using a swing slam build for Barbarian, but I really wanted to try the brutal trait, but it turns out it's not as good as it can be. Also get us out of those negative effects. Need to heal up the damage. There we go. We are still leveling up though, which is really good. This could help us actually. This totem is super strong. Maybe get rid of Thunderclap. Oh, but it's doing so much. Oh, it's not actually doing that much damage. I mean, Earthquake damage, it's been active for a minute and it's done more damage than Seismic Slam did. But to be fair, it's also because, you know, the way that it works with the bosses having way more HP now. Stop hitting me. Come on, we're nearly there. We've got this. Just only 16 million, no, that's 16 billion, 14 billion HP to go. You know, when you sound it in numbers like that, it's kind of crazy. Here we are with like 400 HP and there's a boss with like 14 billion. Kind of puts life into perspective. I wonder how, if this is how like spiders and snakes feel like in real life. Here's this monster with billions of HP just wailing on it with a spade when they've only got like 1 HP, and there they are jumping and trying to just survive. Alright, we finally did it. 23 minutes. That was terrible. This definitely helped a lot. And then going forward from there, I don't even know what we would have taken. We could have taken it. I didn't even know. I thought this was only once that you could take these, but taking it twice doesn't really help. Probably would have gone for something like this. Also, every time you cause a crit, gain haste. That could have worked really well with quick strike, which we never took, which we could have taken as well, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's the game mode with the Barbarian. You guys wanted to see it. I wanted to try something different as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.